The Cardinals needed to do something after letting Jack Clark sneak away last week to New York, and so they went out today and signed veteran free agent Bob Horner to a one-year contract, terms of which were not disclosed, probably somewhere around the $900 to $1 million mark. And Horner becomes the first free agent the Cards have signed since Darrell Porter back in 1980. A year ago, he played with the Yakult Swallows in Japan. He hit 27 homers, but he did that in a small park. And we've got to wonder whether he'll be able to hit a lot of homers in Busch.
This is a challenge for me. It's a lot bigger ballpark than I played in Atlanta, obviously, and but I've got some guys in front of me that I'm going to be hitting behind that can run and score some runs. It's been a prolific run-scoring team over the years, so it's just a great challenge for me.
All right, now what makes this signing a bit perplexing is that it appeared the talks between Horner and the Cardinals had broken down. Whitey had said some very negative things in regard to Horner, and I'm still not convinced that he is the Cardinals-type player, but according to Dow Maxfield, Whitey gave the okay.
Whitey has been consulted all along in this, is in complete agreement. He's enthusiastic about Bob being with us, especially after a conversation that the two of them had late last night. We're all elated with this acquisition. We think it'll go a long way toward helping the Cardinals in the 1988 pennant race.
Well, hopefully it will come true. Bob Horner will help the Cardinals win the Eastern Division title. But, you know, there are a lot of doubters out there. Horner has been out of the major leagues for a year, having hit .273 over in Japan a year ago.
I had a good experience in Japan, and people say because I didn't want to go back, I had a bad experience, and that's just not true. My preference was to stay and play in the States.
In the past, Big Bob has shown he can come up big. In 9 major league seasons, he hit .278 and had 3 seasons in which he hit over 30 home runs.
I'd like to think that he can come over here and hit the 20, 25 home runs that he normally does, and the 90 to 100 RBIs that he has, be a positive influence as a leader on the ball club, leading by example.
And leading by example will mean production, not injuries. Bob has been on the disabled list 4 times in his career, and it shelved him for most of the 83 and 84 seasons. But he's getting a chance, and he's thrilled.
It's been a dream of mine to play for the Cardinals. They've been just such a great team over the years, and with all the family ties I have in this area, I mean, what an absolute perfect fit for me. It just makes all the sense in the world for my career right now.
But the baseball Cardinals definitely lost a whole bunch of power when Jack Clark left and signed with the Yankees. So today they've plugged into another source. The Redbirds have signed free agent infielder Bob Horner to a 1-year deal that, with incentives, could be worth $1 million. For the story, we go to Channel 5's Art Holiday.
There's a fly ball deep left.
Bob Horner once hit 4 homers in a game, something Jack Clark never accomplished. Now that Horner is a Cardinal, he knows the comparisons with Clark will last all year long. Horner is expected to fill the void now that Clark has taken his big bat to the Big Apple.
With the departure of Jack, he's a great ball player, let's face it. He's had some great years, and he deserves everything he gets. But I think I've got a job to do being here, and whether or not I'm compared to him or not makes no difference. I'm going to go out and do the best I can.
After Jack Clark signed with the Yankees, it was obvious the Cardinals had to make a move. But the acquisition of Horner is a bit surprising. Last week, Cardinal manager Whitey Herzog had some less than complimentary remarks to make about Horner.
Last Friday, the Post-Dispatch quoted Herzog as saying, "I just don't think Horner's the answer. I don't know what he'd hit in our ballpark. He's a fly ball hitter. He never did hit much on the road. He never plays when he's hurt."
You know, no player wants to hear comments like that in a paper about him, but after talking to Whitey last night and hearing what he had to say, and I was very convinced that he wanted me on the St. Louis Cardinals.
Horner has just 5 home runs at Busch Stadium in 9 seasons. But Herzog told Channel 5's Jay Randolph he thinks Horner can do the job.
I was really, really impressed talking to him, you know, and I told him, you know, I said, Bob, I said thanks because I'm telling you, I was looking at you as a ball player only playing in 2 ballparks, our ballpark and Brandon's ballpark. And when that question was asked of me, I said, I always felt that you had more trouble in St. Louis and so forth. And he understands that. So we're going to see how much the big ballpark will negate his power. And I can't tell you at this time, Jay, how much it really would.
And it's been a dream of mine to play for the Cardinals. They've been just such a great team over the years, and with all the family ties I have in this area, I mean, what an absolute perfect fit for me.
Reporting from Busch Stadium, Art Holiday, Channel 5 Eyewitness Sports.
Now, don't expect Horner to put up Jack Clark kind of numbers. He's not as devastating as Clark, but he is a force in the middle that will help guys like Herr, McGee, and Tony Pena.